2025 WTA Finals Showdown. Coco Gauff defends against Aryna Sabalenka's quest for glory. The desert evening in Riyadh shimmered with a quiet, golden tension. The air felt alive, vibrating with the heartbeat of thousands of fans who had gathered in the majestic King Abdullah Sports City. Under the brilliant lights, the stage was set for the most anticipated tennis battle of the season, a duel that promised fire, grit, and legendary resolve. The 2025 WTA Finals had built itself into a storm of stories, rivalries, and unforgettable matches. Yet as the seven-day war reached its climax, everything narrowed into one final, explosive confrontation. Coco Gauff, the defending champion, the new face of American tennis, the fighter with the soul of a leader, versus Aryna Sabalenka, the raging powerhouse, the storm in human form, the relentless champion who wanted redemption more than anything. The world watched. History waited. Two queens, one throne. The road to the final, destiny carved in fire. Before the grand final, both warriors had battled through chaos, exhaustion, and pressure so intense it could shatter ordinary athletes. Coco Gauff's path, a story of brilliance and belief. For Coco, the finals weren't just another tournament. She was defending her crown and carrying the weight of expectation on her young, determined shoulders. She moved through the group stage with a champion's poise. A strong win over Emma Navarro. A fierce comeback against Maria Sakkari. A thrilling victory over Zheng Qinwen, the rising force of the next generation. Each match sharpened her. Each challenge strengthened her. Each win reminded the world why she was the reigning queen. Aryna Sabalenka's path, a war of heart and fury. Sabalenka's journey was the opposite, chaotic, emotional, ferocious. She battled through a brutal loss to Iga Swiatek in her opening match, a must-win war against Elena Rybakina, a final group stage victory that kept her dream alive, a semi-final blockbuster where she bulldozed a mighty Swiatek with raw, unleashed power. Aryna didn't just play tennis this week. She fought. Every point, every return, every scream-painted celebration. Now, after a season of roller coasters, she stood where she'd always wanted to be, one match away from reclaiming her destiny. The final begins. A court becomes a battlefield. As the players walked onto the purple court, the arena roared like thunder. Camera flashes sparkled like stars. The air held a tension so thick it felt electric. Coco Gauff, dressed in a calm shade of blue, looked focused, her eyes soft, yet blazing with purpose. Aryna Sabalenka, in fierce crimson, bounced lightly, shoulders loose, her expression a mass of controlled fire. The warm-up shots echoed through the stadium. Coco's smooth whipping forehands. Sabalenka's cannonball strikes. When the umpire called play, the world leaned forward. Set 1. Sabalenka strikes like lightning. Sabalenka came out swinging like a storm. Her serves blasted past 195 kilometers per hour. Her ground strokes exploded off the court. She attacked Coco's backhand with brutal precision. The pace was overwhelming, even for Gauff. Each rally looked like Sabalenka was hitting the ball with the force of an entire season's frustration. Coco scrambled, defending, countering, absorbing, but Sabalenka's fire was volcanic. She broke Coco's serve early. Then again, the crowd gasped. Commentators were stunned. Sabalenka was unstoppable. Set 1, Sabalenka 6-2. Aryna punched the air, roaring toward her box. She was not here to participate. She was here to conquer. Set 2, Coco Gauff fights back. A champion awakens. But champions don't fall. Champions rise. Coco came into the second set with a different energy. Focused, fierce, fearless. She changed tactics, stepped inside the baseline, returned Sabalenka's missiles early, used angles to drag her powerful opponent wide, injected variety to break Aryna's rhythm, attacked the net at brave, surprising moments. Suddenly, Sabalenka wasn't hitting through Gauff. She was hitting at Gauff, and Coco absorbed every blow with courage. At 4-4, the rally of the match unfolded. 25 shots. Both players running, sliding, ripping the ball with everything they had. Defense turned into attack. Attack turned into survival. And finally, Coco unleashed a forehand winner down the line that ignited the stadium. She screamed. Her box jumped. Momentum shifted. Coco broke Sabalenka, then served out the set with unshakable composure. Set 2, Gauff 6-4. The final was now tied. The world was shaking. Destiny stood between two players, and only one would claim it. Final set, the war of wills. If the first 2 sets were tennis, the third set was epic poetry in motion. Every point felt like a battle. Every rally felt like the season itself was being rewritten. Every breath carried the weight of history. Sabalenka hit harder. Gauff defended smarter. Aryna roared. Coco stayed calm. The arena vibrated with emotion. At 3-3, the match reached a moment of truth. Sabalenka stepped up to serve, and Coco produced a return of her life. An impossible backhand that curled like magic into the corner. Aryna froze. The ball kissed the line. The stadium exploded. Coco broke serve. Sabalenka smashed her racket into the ground. Frustration spilling over. But she wasn't done fighting. Not Aryna. Not here. She broke right back, leveling 4-4. Fans were biting their nails. Commentators had no words. The tension was suffocating. And then Coco transformed. At 4-4, she played her best tennis of the entire season. An ace down the tee. A defensive lob that dropped perfectly. A running backhand pass worthy of a trophy. A fearless forehand line winner that cut the court like lightning. Coco held serve. 5-4. Sabalenka served to stay alive. Her hands trembled. Her breath shook. Her power wavered. Coco attacked. Point by point. Shot by shot. Step by step. And finally, at match point, Gauff struck a final, blistering forehand that painted the baseline. Sabalenka didn't move. She knew. The arena erupted in a roar that shook the desert sky. Coco Gauff had done it. The queen defended her crown. Back-to-back WTA Finals champion. Coco dropped to her knees, tears streaming. Sabalenka stared at the sky, heartbroken but proud, knowing she had given everything. This was more than a match. This was a war of destiny. The trophy moment. A legacy grows. When Coco lifted the magnificent purple-silver trophy, fireworks exploded over Riyadh. The cheering drowned the night. The tennis world bowed to its new queen. She had white heavy checkmark survived the toughest draw. White heavy checkmark navigated pressure with grace. White heavy checkmark played the match of her life. White heavy checkmark defeated a rival who brought her absolute best. Coco Gauff wasn't just a champion tonight. She became a symbol of the future. Confidence, courage, discipline, and heart. And Sabalenka? She left with her head high. A warrior who pushed the champion to her limits and reminded the world of her unstoppable fire. Epilogue: 2 queens, 1 throne. The 2025 WTA Finals ended with everything tennis fans dream of. Emotion, drama, power, heart, greatness. In this final showdown, tennis wasn't just played, it was felt. And in the heart of Riyadh, Coco Gauff etched her name deeper into history. Standing tall on a throne she defended with every ounce of her soul. The queen remains a queen. The challenger remains a legend. And the sport richer than ever. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.